بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وأفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما يا كريم. We are still speaking about the land of gathering. That means when we come back from the grave, our series is life after death from Islamic point of view. So after we die, we will come back again. What will happen? All the creation will be gathered together in one land. We call it Ardh al-Mahshar, or the land of gathering. So there will be incidents that will happen there. This is session number 3, speaking about the land of gathering. We mentioned previously some of the incidents, examples. And in the last session, we spoke about shafa'ah, which means intercession. That means some will intercede for others to be pardoned and paroled into paradise. So I collected here 6 types of shafa'ah or intercession. Even though some of the shafa'ah or the intercession doesn't take place, not all of them take place in the land of gathering. Some of them, but they start there. Some of them, after the judgment is finished, will start. So the issue is here, why I brought them here, because this is where the shafa'ah starts. It starts in the land of gathering, so I speak about them here. I gathered 6 types of shafa'ah. So today we will be speaking about 6 types of shafa'ah only. And shafa'ah number 1, or the intercession, the first one who will intercede for the creation is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Rasulullah. And we have a hadith here that says, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Ana sayyidu waladi Adam, wala fakhr." I am the master, meaning the best of the children of Adam, but I am not boasting. When he tells this, not because I am boasting, no, showing off. I'm just telling the truth. I'm telling you what will happen in the future. وَأَنَا أَوَّلُ مَنْ يَنْشَقُّ عَنْهُ الْأَرْضِ. He will be the first one where the grave will split open. When we come out from the grave, so the first one will be Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ وَلَا فَخْرٍ. He said, I'm not boasting. I'm not showing off. I'm just telling you what's going to happen. وَأَنَا أَوَّلُ شَافِعٍ. I am the first one who will make shafa'ah, intercession. So the first one to start, Rasulullah, and the last one, Allah. The shafa'ah, the last shafa'ah will be the shafa'ah of Allah, and the first will be the shafa'ah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. وأنا أول شافع وأول مشفع. I am the first one who will make shafa'ah, intercession, and I am the first one whose intercession will be accepted, because no one can make this shafa'ah or intercession unless he has the permission from Allah. So the first one that his shafa'ah will be accepted, he will do and will be accepted is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So that's why we start with him. We have 5 types of shafa'ah for Rasulullah. For him alone, 5 types. Number 1, we call it al-shafa'ah al-uzma, or the biggest shafa'ah. We mentioned this in the previous session, if you attended, because all the creation will be gathered, waiting for a long time. We mentioned some of the scenarios, what will be happening there. But people are waiting and waiting. What will happen? Some of them will go first to Prophet Adam to ask him to make shafa'ah for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to start the judgment. Then he said, I'm not for it. Go to Prophet Nuh. So he will say, I'm not for it. Go to Ibrahim. Not for it. Go to Musa. Go to Isa. And finally, they go to Muhammad. And he will make, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he will make this shafa'ah for what? For the judgment to start. This is, we call it the shafa'ah al-uzma, or the biggest shafa'ah, or the greatest shafa'ah. This is number 1. Number 2, type number 2 shafa'ah that Rasulullah will do is for some people to enter Jannah or paradise without any judgment from Allah. Gathered, direct go to paradise. No question, no judgment. Why? Because they did nothing wrong here to be asked about. Go direct. So this is shafa'ah number 2. And the hadith said, narrated by Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أعطيت 70,000 يدخلون الجنة بغير حساب So Rasulullah ﷺ said Allah gave him 70,000 of people who will enter Jannah, paradise, without any judgment. وجوههم كالقمر ليلة البدر. Their faces are as illuminating as the moon when it is full during night. So how that is shining, this is how their faces are shining. وقلوبهم على قلب رجل واحد. Their hearts are like the heart of one man, no dispute, no differences. Why? Because all of them sharing the same thing, going to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When Rasulullah said Allah gave him 70,000 who will enter Jannah without any judgment, direct. So Rasulullah said, I ask more. 70,000 is not enough. You see his love to us. So 70,000, he will be the first one. But does it mean myself, I'm saved so I don't care about others? No, no, no. He said, Ya Allah, I want more. So Allah gave him with every 1,000, 70,000. So you multiply 70,000 by 70 by 70,000. That will be 4,900,000,000. 4,900,000,000. Those will be directly going to paradise without any judgment. Why? Because they deserve it. So the issue when Rasulullah tells us this, the question is, are you going to be among them or not? This is the point. Because Rasulullah is not a storyteller. When he tells us this, what will happen, that means prepare yourself to be among them. There is a big opportunity here. 4,900,000,000. There is a big opportunity that you can be among them. This is one of the meanings that we can infer from this. It is the same also. There are people who will go to hell direct without judgment also. Because they were so, arrogant, did so much evil. Those who did so much good also, it depends on what we do here. That's why we are here in a test. This is type number 2. Type number 3 that Rasulullah does, we are speaking about the shafa'ah of Rasulullah now. It is intercession for people who deserve to go to hell. But for the sake of Rasulullah will ask Allah, "Ya Allah, save them please. Let them go to Jannah so they don't enter hell." Some people who deserve to go to hell, but because of Rasulullah intercede for them, so Allah save them and they go to Jannah. And we have a hadith here also narrated on the authority of Abi Hurairah, أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: لكل نبي دعوة مستجابة يدعو بها وأريد أن أختبئ دعوتي شفاعة لأمتي في الآخرة. He said, Allah gave every prophet one supplication, one dua that is mustajab, maqbool, accepted. Imagine now Allah gives you, okay, I give you now one dua that is mustajab. Ask whatever you want.
Jannah.
You see, immediately asking for myself.
Yeah.
But Rasulullah said, I want to keep it. I want to use it for my ummah, not for me. That means his love to us is more than his love to himself. Do we reciprocate this love back? This is the point. Allah gave him, green card. This is fill up whatever you want, I will give. He said, I don't want to use it for me. I want to use it for the ummah, to make sure they go to Jannah. That means his love to the ummah more than to himself. So do we love him the same? He was thinking about us before we come to life. But now when we come, we don't think about him. He is keeping that for us, but we forget about him. We are not sharing the love. This is our problem. And when we say something, "Man ahabba shay'an akthara min dhikrihi." When you love something, you always speak about it. You have a new handphone, you like it, you show it to your friend, to your wife, to your family, because you like it, you speak about it. And also we have the other way around. If you want to love something or someone, speak much about him. You want to love Allah, speak much about him. After a while, you start to feel inside your heart you love him. You want to love prophets, speak about them, study about them. After a while, you start finding love in your heart. Very simple, like one type of food, any dish that you don't like at the beginning. You eat 1, 2, 3 times, 10 times after that, you like it. After maybe 20 times, you start missing it. Am I right? It is the same. It is the same. So if we don't feel that, because every one of us knows what is in the heart, if we don't really find that the love of Rasulullah or Allah deep in the heart, we can say it in the tongue. Love never on the tongue. Love never on the tongue. You can say until tomorrow, I love you, but if the heart doesn't feel any love. So we know it inside. We know our hearts, what does it love? If we love Rasulullah more than money, then more than food. So we love the Akhirah, Jannah more than Dunya, we work for it. So we know what is in the heart. If we find that, our love is Quran skit, low a little bit, we start speaking about it. Man akthara min dhikri shay'in ahabbah. Whenever you speak much about something or someone, you start loving them. So if we find less love, we start studying about them, the love will increase. So this is type number 3. Some people who deserve to go to hell will be saved. Number 4, some people who already entered hell to be taken out from it. This is special for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We have a hadith. حدثنا عمران بن حسين رضي الله عنهما عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: يخرج قوم من النار بشفاعة محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم فيدخلون الجنة يسمون الجهنميين. A group of people will come out from hell to Jannah with the shafa'ah of Rasulullah. And after that, in Jannah, those people will be called, their name is Jahannamiyin. Jahannamiyin means those who were in hell. But of course, that is not inferiority. After they go to paradise, there is no inferiority there. But those are given the name because they were in Jahannam first, then they came to Jannah. And final type for Rasulullah, this is special for Rasulullah, is intercession to alleviate some of the punishment of some people who will be permanently in hell. Like his uncle, Abu Talib. Abu Talib, he was saving Rasulullah a lot, but he refused to believe. So look at how Rasulullah reciprocates the kindness. Because he was taking care of him, he tried, but he didn't believe. He still remained worshipping idols. They didn't believe in Allah. So Rasulullah cannot do anything, but can ask for, forgiveness, alleviation. The decision at the end is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So عن أبي سعيد الخدري رضي الله عنه أنه سمع رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وذكر عنده عمه. So some people mentioned his uncle Abu Talib there. And Rasulullah said, لعله تنفعه شفاعتي يوم القيامة فيجعل في ضحضاح من النار يبلغ كعبيه يغلي منها دماغه. He said, because he will be permanently in hell, he said, my shafa'ah, inshallah, will benefit him. And he will be, because he is not a believer, he will be put in hell, in fire, that will reach up to his ankles only, the feet only the feet. But he said, fire is up to his feet only, but his brain will be boiling from it. So only up to the feet. Now we can, if you try to put your finger on a candle, for few seconds, you start feeling the brain is boiling. The candle. So that's normal. So these are 5 types of shafa'ah that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam will do, inshallah. Type number 2, we have shafa'ah of prophets, other prophets, for their own people, and angels as well. We have a long hadith that I just take few words of it, narrated by Muslim. Rasulullah says, Allah says, شفعت الملائكة وشفع النبيون وشفع المؤمنون. Then Allah will make shafa'ah. I will bring this hadith at the end, in the last part. But here we have malaika will make shafa'ah, prophets will make shafa'ah, mu'mins will make shafa'ah also. The issue here, when we have this, are you close to them now? Are you becoming a friend with them now? So that day they know you, so they can make shafa'ah to you. Like we mentioned, if you remember repeatedly in this session, whenever we have session like this, Rasulullah told us we have angels. Allah created specific angels, يَجُوبُونَ فِي الطُّرُقِ, walking, searching for majalis al-ilm. Whenever they find, they call each other, come, they sit layer upon layer until they reach heaven. This is a hadith that Rasulullah told us. And then at the end, what happens? when we finish, when this session ends, they go back to Allah to report. And Allah asks them what happens, why they were there. Then finally, that is a long hadith, and because we repeatedly mentioned it, at the end Allah tells them, I bear witness, I have forgiven all their sins. So a session like this, another session also where angels gather together come when you get up before Fajr. And anyone who gets up before Fajr praying, reciting Quran, doing good, what will happen even if you don't on any light, your home will be lit up for angels. How we see the stars up there, this is how angels will see your home. And they will come. So this is a place where angels come. Now angels will make shafa'ah. Are you making yourself in such places, you don't see them, but you become friend from now? At the day of judgment, they will tell you, you know what? I used to attend with you, I see you, you don't see us. You are a friend, let me make shafa'ah to you. Are you making yourself in such places or not? So why Rasulullah told us angels will make shafa'ah means be close to them, be friend from now. Mu'mineen also, scholars, true scholars, be close to them. Who is your surrounding? Because whatever your surrounding is, you will be like them. Those who are doing good, when you become friend with them, they will take you in the same way because this is what they have. They have good, they will guide you to good. Those who do evil, when you become close to them, this is what they have. Guess what? They only can give you evil. This is what they have. So this is the point. When Rasulullah tells us, prophets, so are you close to prophets? Study about them, learn about them. Angels, believers, mu'minun. So the meaning is be there. So you will get the shafa'ah. Number three, is the shafa'ah of mu'minun, believers. We have a long hadith here, almost half a page, but I will just bring the meaning to make sure we don't go for a long time, to cut the time short. What happens here, we have a sirat, the bridge across hell that people will cross. The scenario is, people are gathered, we said the land of gathering are gathered here. This is just my own understanding. We cannot, liken what happens because that is unseen, but this is my understanding from what I studied. People are gathered in this land, let's say, and then Jannah is in the other part, paradise. In the middle here, this is hell. Above it, there is a bridge that people have to cross on to go to Jannah. So those who are, deserve to go to Jannah will go safe and sound. And how fast, it depends on your deeds. So now, in this hadith, Rasulullah tells us the bridge is spread across Jahannam. People start crossing. People will be three kinds. Kind number one is safe and sound. And on that bridge, there are 7 checkpoints. Checkpoint 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. First one is your faith and belief in Allah. Do you believe in Him or not? The last one is the rights of human beings. And this, Rasulullah told us, is like checkpoints moving left and right. And it has thorns, duri, like durian, if you think, but it's so big, so hot. And this knows by the smell. So when you cross, it smells the sin. Number one, the faith, the belief, the iman in Allah. If your iman is safe and sound, okay, you cross, no issue. If your iman is not really well, so you'll be catched. So the issue is, last one is the most dangerous. Because the first 6, all belongs to Allah. Salah, fasting, Hajj, Zakah. But the last one is the rights of human beings. No one can cross, and even at that day, maybe angels or Allah, someone will say, no one from the people of Jannah will enter Jannah, and still even one from the people of hell has a right to take from him or her. You cannot enter paradise even if someone from the people of hell, you did wrong to them until they take that right from you. So the last one is the most dangerous, the rights of human beings. I speak bad about someone, I envied someone, I did wrong to someone, I stole someone, I cheated someone. So you cannot go until the right is given. So try from now, clear yourself before you reach that point. This is the issue. So Rasulullah told us three people. Some people, safe and sound. Others will be hit, but don't deserve to fall. So will be hit because they have some kind of sins. Will be hit, but then they cross. The third time, they are hit and fall because they deserve to fall. So now Rasulullah taught us these three types, and then after mu'min go to Jannah, they start missing some people who used with them, to be with them, praying with them. And then they say, Ya Allah, we have people who used to pray with us, fast with us, worship you with us, but we don't see him. We don't see them here in Jannah. Where are they? So Allah will tell them, go to hell and see if they are there, bring them. So they will go and they will bring them. This is the shafa'ah of mu'mins. So are you trying to be close to mu'min? May Allah forgive us all. Hopefully, inshallah, no one of us go to hell. And the issue here, when we speak about shafa'ah, we have some people who make shafa'ah and others who are waiting for others to make shafa'ah for them. Why to be among those who are waiting for someone to intercede for you? Try to be among those who intercede for others. We have mu'mins, number one, iman. We have scholars. We have Quran also. So why not try to be among those who give, who intercede, not waiting for someone, please intercede for me. This is the point. So this is the shafa'ah of mu'mineen. At least, you know, we try to be true mu'mins, but at least if I'm not that, try to surround yourself with some of them. May Allah save us all, but if we need, we know some of them to intercede for us. This is the point. Do not surround yourself with people who are away from that. At the end, you'll find yourself alone. No one is there to help. This is the point. Okay, we go to shafa'ah number 4, which is shuhada, the martyrs. We have a hadith here. Rasulullah ﷺ says, لِلشَّهِيدِ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ سِتُّ خِصَالٍ. Allah will give 6 virtues for the martyrs. Number 1, يُغْفَرُ لَهُ فِي أَوَّلِ دَفْعَةٍ. The first flow of blood, all the sins are forgiven. Then he will see his place in Jannah. He will be saved from the punishment of the grave, and so on. The last one, trying to cut the time short, the last one, وَيَشْفَعُ فِي سَبْعِينَ مِنْ أَقَارِبِهِ. He will make shafa'ah, intercede for 70 people from his family, from his relatives. Number 5, we are about to finish. Shafa'ah number 5 is the intercession of the Quran. Are you close to the Quran now, or we use it only after we die? People will, recite some Quran for us. After we die, the Quran will not benefit us. If you don't make use of it now, after you depart, it will not help. So the shafa'ah of the Quran, that means we need to start working on it, living it from now. And to live it, I need to understand it, live it, be friend from now, and then the Quran will make shafa'ah, because Rasulullah ﷺ said, اقرأوا القرآن فإنه يأتي يوم القيامة شفيعا لأصحابه. Recite the Quran, because it will make intercession, it will intercede for Allah for those who recite it. So at least you have something with us. And he said, اقرأوا الزهراوين البقرة وآل عمران فإنهما تأتيان يوم القيامة كأنهما غمامتان أو غيايتان أو كأنهما فرقان من طير صواف تحاجان عن أصحابها. So Allah said, recite the Surah Al-Baqarah and Ali Imran, because they will come at the day of judgment like 2 clouds, غمامتان أو غيايتان, that means 2 shades, or like when you have 2 flocks, groups of birds flying together, they will make shade also like clouds. This is how Surah Al-Baqarah and Ali Imran will come to shade us when the sun is so close and it's too hot. So are we making ourselves close to the Quran so we can have the shafa'ah of the Quran? The last one, shafa'ah number 6, is the shafa'ah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It will be the last because it is the biggest. Then we have One hadith here, we have one riwayah by al-Bukhari, the other by Muslim. By Muslim added few words more than al-Bukhari. So Rasulullah ﷺ said, قال تعالى فيشفع النبيون. Allah says, prophets will make shafa'ah, as we mentioned. والملائكة, angels will make shafa'ah. والمؤمنون, believers will make shafa'ah. فيقول الجبار, the Almighty Allah will say, بقيت شفاعتي, my shafa'ah only remains. All did, only mine remains. فيقبض قبضة من النار فيخرج أقواما قد امتحشوا. Allah will take a handful of the creation from hell, and people will come who are totally burned. قد امتحشوا فيلقون في نهر بأفواه الجنة يقال له ماء الحياة. Then they will be thrown at the river, at the gate of Jannah, called the water of life. Muslim added something here. He said, فيقبض قبضة من النار فيخرج منها أقواما لم يعملوا خيرا قط. When Allah takes a handful of the creation from hell, those people, they never ever did any single amal salih. Never. They only have drop of, once they said La ilaha illallah. But after how long? Maybe billions, millions, hundreds of billions of years, we don't know. So, but this is the end. After those are, taken out, will be grown again. At the end, inshallah, we'll speak about them, they will enter Jannah, but those who remain will be forever in hell. So, to make the session short, we have 6 types of shafa'ah. So the issue is, we have 2 points. Point number 1, try your best not to be among those who need the shafa'ah. Try your best to be among those who give it. You are not waiting for someone to help. You are helping others. This is 1 point. The other point, if we can't do it, we do simultaneously. Try to, we have Quran, we have mu'mins, we have Rasulullah. Try to be close. Try to be close, at least if we need, we have somebody there. We have somebody to help us. With that, we come to the end. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. وإياكم إن شاء الله.